So today we're going to talk about how do we submit monthly tax return and annual tax return. So firstly, you need to visit the official portal of tax authority, that is on www.ittl.gov.tl. Then you need to, this is the official portal. You need to click the login now. Then you will be redirected to the e-services portal where you can do logged in if you have already created your account with e-services portal, or you can sign up if you haven't actually created one. And you also can get the instruction how to reset your password by clicking the forgot password link. You can also do confirmation instruction if you haven't actually received a confirmation account to your email that is um, used to register the account. You can click it in receive confirmation instruction. You can also get the instruction how to unlock your account because by default the system impose um, restriction on people trying to actually get into the system, and if until multiple times of um, attempting to log into the system and it is not successful, the system will automatically lock the account. So this is the so all right, so let's start it with the um, e-services account. So I'm using the account of admin. I'm gonna type in the password, and then it's gonna redirect me to the admin panel where I can see all of this. And this is because I'm an admin user. I'm gonna click the home. So here's the things that we're gonna see. That is the e-filing. If you are registered as a taxpayers online or you have registered with us in tax authority, you can do tax submission, tax return submission by clicking this e-filing. You'll be able to see monthly tax return, and you can also see annual tax return. So let's begin with the monthly tax returns. So as you can see, this is the page, the home page where we can see the monthly tax returns. Right now, I can see a lot of it because I'm an admin user. So I can see a lot of the tax submissions by companies around the world. They can see this is taxpayers that they are actually using that one. And we will need to tell the taxpayer to submit the tax return online. Um, you can also see the search based on year and month. This is particularly for those taxpayers that have more than one or two companies, or those tax agencies can actually use this one. So if you are submitting tax returns on behalf of other companies, you can choose the submissions by year or month, or you can do advances. So by clicking advances, it will be extended to search based on the TIN and the company. So you can either put the TIN number and you can either put the company. So both criteria will work in order to find the company. So if I will say, for example, I put the TIN number of this, I can copy that and then I can just paste it in here. I should be able to see that um, TIN number only. So you can see there's two submission that is being submitted over here, and apparently there's a taxpayer name should be basically the company name, and the established name is also the company name. Um, this is something has to do with taxpayer education. A lot of taxpayers are confused whether the taxpayer name should be the same as the establishment name. The reason why we are putting this one is because um, in most cases, taxpayer name and established name are the same, but some companies may have different taxpayer name and established name. So established name is actually the commercial name. So for example, if you have other commercial name other than your taxpayer name, you should put this one. So for us to be able to identify you as a taxpayer. All right, so that's a brief explanation on how these taxpayer things are. But when once you logged in using your own account, you are going to be able to see only your record that you submitted. Right now, I'm seeing all of these things because I'm an admin user, so I can control the whole things. But for you, you will only see your own tax returns. So that's where you can actually manage your tax return and how much you've paid to the government. If you're submitted to zero return, those are tax return that you can see and you can manage. Now let's start with the new submission of the tax return. So upon seeing this one, you are seeing two buttons over here. So one is the submitted form, another one is downloaded form. So basically this downloaded form is actually in Excel format. You can do that to download all of the tax return that you submitted. So basically tax returns meaning monthly tax returns. So let's start with by submitting a form. Click there and you see a pop-up message. This is a bit it's like an important reminder. um, this is something that we're gonna change because we think it's important to maybe allow the taxpayer to do um, updating the tax return if there's any issue, or in some cases they may have inputted a wrong number. But we have the audit trail, which is within the system, to be able to see anything that you are doing. We can actually monitor that one, and that means you can know, we can understand, we can try to see who did the changes, where they did the changes, um, and what time they did the changes. So that's basically the audit trail that we're having. So let's do the continue submit, and we'll be able to see the whole things here. So this is pretty standard. The standard is the same as annual tax return, or sorry, monthly tax returns that you have submitted um, on a monthly basis is normal. The only difference here is that we are trying to actually do the calculation for you, so you don't have to do the calculation. So for example, here personally, you can put all of your details of the company, and also which month are you gonna submit. So for example, here I can do say April, and the year it could do 2020, and the T number it could be in 1237. So this is just an example. That's why. But the real T number is that there has to be 7 characters in length. Make sure that you type it correctly. And then you have a taxpayer name. Again, this is basically the same as the establishment name, but in some cases, some taxpayers have different establishment name and different taxpayer name. So that's why it's there. But in most cases, they have the same one. So I would say, so let's say as email LDA, and then we just do test email LDA. So this is what we gonna get. And then the base income tax is something that you just do it manually. This is because the local taxpayers and the local employees and also the international employees, they have a different rate of the base income tax. So this is where we just put this. So for example, you have 3,000, and now we're gonna put, let's say 200. Yeah, that's just the trial. Now the withholding tax, service tax, and annual tax, these are all calculated automatically. So what you're gonna do, you just need to put the gross income. So for example, you have, let's say this is zero, and by the way, all of this is a mandatory field. So you need to be able to actually put all of the, you need to fill it in. If you do not have any of this one, or you are not taxable under this category, what you need to do is you just need to put zero in there. So for example, prices lottery zero, and let's say you have a rent or building, and somewhere you gotta put say let's say 500 per month, and then you have construction activity zero, maybe construction consulting service, let's say 500, and let's say this is zero, and this is zero, and this is zero. Now the service tax, if you are a hotel, for example, then you are delivering some kind of services, and then you do have a service tax, let's say 400. Oh, sorry, 400. And then you say maybe this one is zero, maybe this one is zero as well. And then you have a total turnover. Let's say you got total turnover 4,000. That's it. And then you just put the contact number, and just make sure that you click, or you make sure that you check all of these fields before you actually submit that. This is very important in order to make sure that your data is accurate and there's no changes. So when you hit the submit button, you will see that the form was successfully submitted. If you have payment involved, please download the form, have it paid in the bank, upload the evidence of the payment once the payment has been done. So basically what this says is that normally you then have to fill up the form again. That's a hard copy that you may be acquiring from the banks or maybe from the tax authority office. But you don't have to do that now, because the system will generate a form for you, and the calculation is done automatically. So what you're gonna do, you just need to hit the download the form button here, download that, and then you'll be able to see. It's gonna take a little time because it's actually the internet issue, but you'll be able to see the form is going to be generated for you. So for example here, this is just information that you're actually putting that. So that's test email LDA, test email LDA, and then you have 3,000, and then total income wages and 200. And these are the things that you have. For example, the calculation line in here is actually done automatically. You can see it from here. This is actually done automatically. So let's say you have rented building that is $500, and you have that the rate is 10% of $500. That is gonna be $50 that you need to pay. The construction and consulting services, you have another $500. That's 4%, and that is $20 that you're gonna pay. And the other things that you so, and then you have to, the total withholding tax is gonna be $70. Now the service tax over here, so hotel service you got $400, and total sales 400, so that is $20 service taxable. So that's actually what you need, you're gonna get. This calculation is made automatically for you. The total turnover here is that you got 4,000, and the rate is 0.05%, and that is 20% out of 4,000. So that's calculated installment that you have. Now, the payment advice is quite important, because the banks may have to look at this one. This is what they deducted your money, or you do the payment based on this one. So basically, you say wages income tax, you got 200 in here. That's actually inherited from the one that is already calculated automatically. And you got withholding tax is $70, service tax is $20, and income tax in this is $20. So all in all, you got $310. So that's basically the payment advice that you're gonna give. Now, there's an important notice here that you need to be able to see. What it says is that you need to have the payment done before the 15th of the following month. So that means you need to comply with that, because otherwise the internal system, what we call a SICTAS, or Standard Integrated Tax Administration System, will impose a penalty if you do not comply with this one. And this is why it's so important that you pay before the 15th of the following month. And last but not the least is that the details of the official who made a payment at the bank. So you need to just put a complete name and date and signature. That's exactly what you're gonna do. And so we need to download that one. The explanation is just download that and you save it somewhere there. And so what you're gonna do, supposing you've already paid this one, right? So you paid it already. Um, let's say you go back in here. I just scroll it and say, let's say I wanted to actually upload the evidence of the payment. So evidence of the payment is this one. and you just need to choose the file, and that was, I remember that was this one, and it just open that, and now it's already here. So what you need to do is just need to hit upload the evidence of the payment, upload it. Yeah, it's gonna take a little time because of so this is already evidence of the payment was successfully uploaded. So if you look at that, now you're gonna be able to see this evidence of the payment. Oh, that's email earlier, so it's actually the company name. But if you click in here, you will be able to see that the evidence of the payment is already uploaded in here. So you can see that this is where the things is uploaded. You can check your own record every time you upload it. So this is what you have already uploaded, and that's part of the exercise that we did. And that's it, done. Our officials will check that one, make sure that everything's okay. We will process that one, and yeah, it should be okay to go. Um, that's the end of the annual, sorry, the monthly tax return. If you have any questions regarding this one, you can always email us at info at attl.gov.tl, or you can chat with us with one of our tax officials through our chat box at the the official portal of the tax. So that's the end of the session. Thank you for listening.